Greetings everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about spirit guides. If you want to know about your spirit guides, you want to learn how to connect with them, contact them, and find out who they are, then today is the video that you want to watch, okay? And as a matter of fact, click that like button if you want to know more about spirit guides. And don't forget to share my video too, okay? And subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, welcome back. Love you all. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm Lady Starfire, and once again, we're going to talk about spirit guides, and we're going to learn some things about them, the different kinds of spirit guides, the different ways of contacting them or figuring out who they might be, possibly. All of them don't always really want you to know exactly who they are. Some do, some don't. And don't let that frustrate you, okay? I get a lot of people come in and they're like, well, I just want to know who all they are. And sometimes they just, they're just there. And it's just not something that they're going to go, hey, I'm Susie or whatever, okay? So anyway, I do have some notes because I have lots and lots of information. I want to make sure that I don't forget anything and that I kind of stay on track because y'all know me, I tend to follow the little bouncing shiny balls off over there somewhere. And my notes help keep me coming back to at least where I'm supposed to be, okay? So, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're ready to learn. You might want to get you a pad and pen, okay? And take some notes to make sure that you get everything. Of course, you can always go back and rewatch to catch things that you may have missed. But if you got that pad and pen, it'll help you out a lot. There's some names that'll be coming up, and I will do my best to remember to, over here, pop them up over here so that you've got the spelling to go along with pronunciation, because we all know there's many ways to pronounce certain things, especially names. The way you pronounce it might be different than the way that I pronounce it, so we'll get a spelling up there for you to help you out, all right? So, first of all, what are spirit guides? Or who are spirit guides in general, okay? They are non-physical beings, okay, that are here to help you, all right? So whether it's, angels or deceased loved ones or whoever, they're not in a physical body, okay? So that means, that's why I say they're non-physical beings here to help you and guide you on your path, okay? They help your spirit to evolve, okay, to guide you through the lessons and things that you're here to learn in this lifetime, so that hopefully you can learn those lessons and don't have to go through them again in the next life. So, because that's always our preference, is it not? But this is their job, okay? And when I get into some of the different types of spirit guides, I'll cover this again. But, sometimes our spirit guides are simply some of our more recent deceased loved ones that are kind of hanging out to make sure we're okay. Okay, we're okay with the loss of them and things like that. So, those can be short-term or somewhat long-term. All right, but, we'll get into those a little bit more. But I did want to cover those before I get off of these others. And you're going, but what about... I lost so-and-so and I really thought they were with me. Well, they probably are. And we'll get into some of those different ones. But I want to cover some of the other ones, as we get there. Okay? And some other information. You'll have a lot of different spirit guides throughout your life. There are some that may come and go. There are some that are there forever. And it can change. So, and just because one goes away, it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong or they don't love you anymore. It just means that they've already served their purpose. Maybe they were only there for you while you were a child or while you were going through this or that, okay? So don't let these things stress you out. Stressing out over spirit guides, oh my gosh, that makes it where you can't hear them. You don't receive their messages. You... just, you don't connect, okay? So stop stressing, all right? Just let it come, okay? It'll get there. Everything will get there. Just listen, make your notes here, And it's a process. For those of you that it's not so easy to know who your spirit guides are, it is a process. And there's things we have to work on, and that's what I'm going to teach you today, okay? So, there are some spirit guides that are there strictly for you, okay? They're given to you at birth, or it's a deceased loved one, and they are there for you and you alone, okay? There are others that are there for many people, okay? So they're not necessarily with you 24/7. They're there, when you call on them, or they know that you need them or something like that, because they have others they have to also help. So once again, don't think that all of them are there at your beck and call 24/7 and you're just expecting them to guide you in the right way, okay? Because there are some that are not there, and you can't expect them to do everything for you. They're not going to tell you, make a right turn here, make a left turn there, do this, do that. Their job is to guide you and give you maybe that little gentle nudge, okay? And help you in bigger things, all right? Because don't forget, we still have free will. We can tell our spirit guides, I don't want to do that. It's kind of like the navigation in your car that's telling you to, recalculating, take the next U-turn, and you want to go this way, okay? And you start yelling at it like it's going to help. But yeah, same type thing. All right. So, but just pay attention. All right. So, all right, there are two main ways that our guides communicate with us. Okay. They give us, signs, and, different ones have different ways of giving these signs to us, okay, and trying to give us information. Sometimes you'll just it's like hearing, like we talk about in the other video on psychic abilities. It's kind of like you hear it here, but you really don't. It's just the information is just kind of in there, or maybe it's in your gut or whatever, that instinct that goes, I don't think I want to do that. Well, those are your guides, okay? But we recognize, because when we receive these messages, we recognize them as information from our guides, okay? So it can be the little subtle thing of, I think I might need to wait a minute before I leave. I might need to go this way. I think I need to stop at that store. And there, you really don't think you have any reason, okay? But something's telling you to. Well, and just as you're pulling into that store and there's a stoplight or stop sign and you see somebody run that light, had you not stopped, you would have been there and got hit, okay? So listen to those things, all right? Pay attention to them, all right? Sometimes your messages are in dreams, visions, different things like that. Now, then there's also sometimes you'll get other type of signs, like maybe you'll start seeing a name or a number or something on billboards. Everywhere you look, there's this name, okay? Well, it's trying to tell you something, It could be the name of a spirit guide. It could be someone that you need to call and check on. It could be different things, because you'll know more what that name or word or whatever it is means to you, okay? So, but these are outwardly things that are signs for us, okay? And, that are messages, things that, okay, I can't get in there, so let me put it in front of your face, and maybe then you'll pay attention, okay? Because a lot of us go, it's like that gnat, go away, instead of going, what was that? Okay, oh, I got it, thank you, okay? So these are things that you need to work on. So some other signs that your spirit guides are trying to contact you, all right? Now, this is something that you might want to write down, okay? If you're not already writing things down, you may want to write these things down, and I will try to remember to put it up here, okay? All right. Have you ever gotten the chills for just no reason? It's not cold. They're called spiritual chills. Okay. So I get them a lot of times when I'm talking to someone or doing a reading and I get some kind of message. And when I say it, it's like just whew, these chills all over my body. That's a confirmation to me that I got it right. Okay. I listened, I said it, and it's right. All right. So that's a confirmation for me. It may not be the same for you as far as that part goes, but those chills for no reason at all. And it usually comes when you're thinking about something or talking about something, and all of a sudden it's like, shoo, and it's like, whoa, what is that? Okay, well, that's letting you know that you got the message, or they're trying to give you a message, and maybe you need to pay attention, okay, because there's something about that you're needing to receive a message about, or you did receive it, okay? Next is vivid dreams or visions. So sometimes in a dream, you might have a deceased loved one come to you, okay? It's not a dream, and it's not just a vision, it's a visit, okay? But sometimes we're so busy during the day, that they can't get in here, okay? They just can't get through all of it. One analogy that, and I think I've got it somewhere else in here, but I'll use that here too, is that if you're at a rock concert and somebody's over here trying to whisper in your ear, you're not going to hear them. They're going to have to yell, okay? Well, your guides, as a general rule, don't yell, okay? But when it's like being at that rock concert, you're not going to hear them. So same thing when you're busy, you're working, you're watching your YouTube videos, you're doing this, you're doing that, playing a game, whatever it is, you're not listening, okay? And so it becomes a little bit of an annoyance because you're like, what is that? Okay. Well, when you start getting that like buzzing in your ear and it's not a fly or a mosquito or something over here, try stopping what you're doing if you can and listen. Okay. So, but when they can't get through to you, then they will come through when you're sleeping. Okay. Where it seems like a dream, but is really not a dream. But because your mind is more at rest then, it's not so busy. And so they're able to get into you better. Okay. All right. Next is phantom touches. Okay. My son likes to do this one to me. Okay. Because it'll feel like there's a hair. Okay. And it's not. There's not one there. But that's one of the things that I have found out that's him that's doing that. It's his way of getting my attention to say, hey, Mom, I'm here. I love you. Okay. But, or that little brush across your cheek, or you feel like somebody is just kind of hugging you, or different things. Okay. Phantom touches are your guides. Usually those are your loved ones, those guides that are just letting you know they're here. Okay. They're showing you love. They're touching you. They're letting you feel their presence. Okay. Sometimes a lot of your senses may become more enhanced in some manner. Okay. You start hearing sounds that you don't normally hear. That there's not just a normal sound that's going on. There's nothing in this room, that is making that sound. So it's them trying to give you some kind of information. Okay. I have heard music playing before and there's no radio anywhere. Okay. And I just assumed, sometimes that it was just the veil was thin. So I was hearing something from the other side, and that's a possibility too. But try to listen to what that song is, because that may be the message. All right. So there's a lot of different ways that different senses, become enhanced, feeling the touch, hearing a sound, okay, a smell, different things like that, okay. Random electrical interferences, okay. All of a sudden the TV just goes staticky. and there's no storms, there's no any real reason that you can tell. The radio maybe, just something that creates, just a little interference. Okay. Some guides are stronger than others as far as their makeup. Okay. They're all energy. Okay. All of our guides, all the spirits, they are total energy. So if they have a stronger energy, they could cause an interference with, radio waves and sounds and, and stuff like that. And the things, for your TV, it all comes through these waves. All right. So that's another way that they may be trying to get your attention. All right. It may not be a message there. They're trying to tell you, hey, you listen, stop what you're doing and listen. Okay. That feeling of just being guided, like I was talking about before, of, I don't know why, but I need to stop at this store. And then you realize you missed that wreck, or what would have been a wreck by the person running the red light or the stop sign or something. That's being guided. Okay. Sometimes I used to get real angry when I would travel and I would miss my turn. Okay. Because I was always a person, I had my little schedule. All right. Well, finally, one time I realized that probably happening for a reason, because chances are that couple-minute delay or something helped me to avoid an accident or avoid something. Okay. So those are times that you're being guided. All right. Maybe you're not paying attention because you're doing this, but they guided you away from that space. Okay. So don't get angry about it. Do my chosen sister Champagne taught me, just yell adventure and go on. Okay. It changes things. It stops you from getting stressed and upset, and it's fun. Okay. It makes you laugh, and that's always a good thing. Sudden sense, smelling a perfume, a pipe tobacco, a cigar, a cigarette when no one smokes, a food maybe or something that, those scents are connected to someone. Okay. So, maybe it's your mother's perfume or your daddy's cologne or, the pipe that they smoked or, whatever it is, but just that all of a sudden, here's that aroma. Okay. That's them letting you know that they are there. Okay. For one, it's getting a connection to you. It may be to get your attention, either just to go so that you acknowledge them and say, thank you for being here and I love you. Okay. It can be as simple as something like that. Or they are just trying to snap you out of whatever it is you're doing so that you pay attention, that they are there. And what is the message? Okay. What's the message? Pay attention and you will get it. Okay. I promise you it will happen. I already talked about music, songs, different things. What, if you hear, and even if it's not just a song where there's no radio, certain songs come on. Okay. There's times that I've talked about things and a song will come on the radio that shouldn't even be on that station. Okay. It's either a song that my son really liked, my mother, and there's some, there was one, and I had been talking about it and I couldn't remember the name of the song, but it was a song that my daddy, when I was a teenager, taught me to slow dance, how to follow as a woman, slow dancing. And I could hear it in my head, but I couldn't get the words. It came on the radio one day, and I was just like going, oh my God, there's that song, and it caused me to, I listened to it. I remembered back seeing my daddy and me in the living room dancing. The funny thing was my stepmother was trying to tell me that I was supposed to get on my tiptoes. And I looked at her and I went, I don't have to. She's short. I was tall. I later learned the reason for you do need to elevate a little bit, but that has to do with dancing, another topic. But She had to because my daddy was 6'4" and she's like 5'2", 5'3", something like that. So anyway, but I remembered all of this. And I said, hi to my daddy and said, I love you and I miss you. Okay. So sometimes they're just things it lets you know they're there. Okay. There may not be any other message other than going, I'm here and I love you. Okay. Accept that. Appreciate it and say, I love you back. Okay. Because it took a lot for them to make these messages come out for you. Feathers. Okay. A lot of feathers, whether any kind of feather can be a message. As a general rule, white feathers is one of the main things that indicate some kind of a special gift is coming to you, and it's loved ones that send these things. If your family member was one that just really loved birds, then any feather that just randomly shows up is usually them saying, I love you. Okay. So, pick it up, keep it. All right. And, have you a special place to put them. Go back and look at it sometime and see how many I love yous they've sent you. Okay. Just remember to pay attention to these signs, because if you walk around the head up here, blinders on, you're going to miss all these things. I'm not saying walk around with your head down, but pay attention to things. Okay. Pay attention. Very strong and powerful words that just all of a sudden come in and hit you. Okay. From your guides. They're trying to direct you, guide you, give you information that you need in your life. Okay. So, once again, they may be on a billboard. It may just pop in your head. Something that somebody says on TV or on the radio or whatever. I don't know how many times I would be thinking about something and all of a sudden they would say it on TV. Whether it's a commercial or the news or whatever, it's just that word. It may have to do with something else, but it's that word. Okay. It's my brain and then it's there. Okay. Pay attention. That means something. Okay. And then lastly on this list is orbs. Okay. We don't always see them with our naked eyes. Some people do. Okay. There's a little bouncing orb. Now, the light colored orbs. Dark orbs a lot of times mean something else entirely, and that they're not always good. But your light colored orbs, and you'll usually see them on video or in pictures. Okay. I know somebody was talking about these orbs that kept bouncing around, and it's not dust. Okay. Sometimes it's a little dust particle, but I had someone that had brought me a video, and no, this wasn't dust because it was darting like this, and dust just kind of floats. Okay. Sometimes those orbs, they can be fairies, but a lot of times they're a spirit of some sort. Okay. Especially if it's in a picture, maybe with that deceased loved one or something, you'll catch a glimpse. It's like you happen to take a picture, and you catch that orb, and it's another way of confirming and letting you know that they're here. Okay. So, pay attention to all these signs. Things showing up in pictures can show you a lot. When my mother had been married and they had been to his parents, I believe it was their 50th wedding anniversary. When the pictures came in, pretty much every picture of her father-in-law had a glare on his face. My mother recognized that as a sign, and she told her husband, we need to go see your daddy. He was like, oh, well, we'll do it. No. We need to go today and see your daddy. And this was, I think, a Saturday or Sunday. She finally convinced him, and they went. And he was complaining about some pain in his arm and stuff like that. And so my mother, begged him to go to the doctor because he didn't really like to. And he promised he would. He made an appointment. He had an appointment on Tuesday. On his way down the stairs to go to that doctor's appointment, he had a heart attack and he passed away. had those pictures not come in when they did, and my mother hadn't paid attention and recognized the sign, they would not have got to go see him and tell him that they loved him and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, they were, he wasn't able to get to the doctor soon enough. Obviously, it was his time. It happened, but at least they got to get there. Okay, pay attention to all these little signs. All right, they're all important. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some different types of spirit guides. We've talked about our family ones. I'll get to them again on the list. A lot of our guides are different types of angels. Okay. And they're just different types. There's all kinds of angels, and they're not Christian. Okay. They're not any particular religion. Angels have been around forever. Okay. They are not tied to any specific religion. If you are Christian and, to you, they're tied to that and that makes you feel better, it's okay. But for those that aren't, and they say, well, but they were talking about in the Bible. Well, some of them were, some of them aren't. Doesn't matter. A lot of people work with angels. Okay. I work with angels. I love angels. Okay. I love my archangels especially. All right. But we're going to get into some information about them. All right. And to kind of help you out. So, there are various angels that are they're there to help you. Okay. You call on them. They can materialize into human form. Some can, not all of them, but some can actually materialize into human form. And, it may only last a second or two or whatever, but maybe they just show up so that you see them, so they're there, but to give you that information because maybe you'll listen better or something. Okay. It's something that if you're not hearing, you're not listening, okay, then they may materialize to get your attention so that you stop whatever it is. You go, whoa, what was that? Okay. Well, then pay attention and listen and get the message. A lot of times they will appear as this very luminous, bright light that just all of a sudden, it's right there. Okay. And so you want to pay attention to that. Okay. What is it that they're trying to give you? Sometimes it's angelic and energy hug, that love and things to let you know, hey, you're not alone. I'm here. Okay. Then we also have guardian angels, which is another type of angel. Okay. Guardian angel just doesn't mean this person that's standing right here. Okay. Guardian angel is a specific type of angel. All right. They are specifically assigned to you at birth. All right. Everyone has their guardian angel. Doesn't mean that you don't have others that are angels and are guardians, but everyone is assigned a specific guardian angel. Okay. And they are, they're the ones that do everything they can to get through to you, to guide you, to make you stop at that store, to make you turn here, to make you wait that extra few seconds at the red light, whatever it is. Okay. That's your guardian angel, because that's their job, is to try to guide you and protect you. Now, sometimes we're hard-headed and we don't want to listen. No, I want to race this car over there, and I'm going to run through that, light as soon as it changes, or, as it's turning red. Okay. Learn to listen. You will live a whole lot longer. Okay. Then we have, another type of angel that is referred to as the violet, not violent, violet as in purple, my favorite color. And, the violet flame angels. Okay. They are keepers of a powerful spiritual tool known as the violet flame. Okay. If you're able to see them, they will usually have a violet or lavender color aura about them. Okay. Right. So, and you can call on them when you need a good energy field cleanse. Okay. Because they have this very high vibration. Okay. That's why it's that lavender color. Okay. It comes from up here. All right. And they can use this energy fire that they have to cleanse your energy field to help you there. Okay. They're extremely powerful. You can, call them into the room, which, by the way, calling something into a space is called evoke. All right. I have seen where people use the word invoke a lot of times, and you don't want to do that. Okay. Invoke means bring in here. Evoke means come here. Okay. So you can evoke them, call them into a room. All right. Their vibration is very different from other angels and things, and but call on them only when you really need that. All right. Don't try to call on them for just willy-nilly little things. Okay. Their energy is so strong, and has specific purposes. Okay. Next, we're going to go into archangels. Yes, archangels. I love archangels. Your archangels are very different from regular angels. Okay, they are a lot more powerful, and they are large. Okay, very large, and so they just simply they're big. And they're awesome because their wings just spread out, and you can feel them when you call on them. Okay, you feel them that they just kind of like wrap around you, and it's just it's a wonderful feeling. Okay, please don't let religion get in the way of you working with angels, and especially archangels. Okay, they are amazing beings. Okay, they are dedicated to helping us, our earth, our planet, everything to be a better place. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't listen to them. Okay. We don't call on them. We don't work with them, and we don't do the things that we should do to take care of our earth. And this is what they really want to do, is help the human race. All right. But we stay angry, and we fight, and we want to argue, and I want what you got. And, that is not becoming to the archangels. Okay. It's just not, and it's kind of like what these countries, I keep hearing it on the news, that this one bombing this one because they want to take their land. Stop it. Just stop. You have your own space. Keep your space and leave everybody else's alone. Just like people break into people's houses or stores or whatever. Stop. You have your own stuff. You have your own place. Leave everybody else's stuff alone. If there's something else that you want, maybe you need to go get your butt a job. Okay, and get the money so you can buy it instead of stealing it from somebody else. Sorry, rant. Okay, there went one of those little shiny balls. Back to, let me see. Okay, let me get myself back to where I'm supposed to be here. Anyway, they are very powerful, okay, and their whole thing is about helping us, okay. Now, I'm going to give you 15 names of archangels, okay. If you feel, I want you to write them down, okay, and yes, I will put their names up right here. Okay. So, but, if a name resonates with you, go do some more research on it. Okay, yes, granted, a whole lot of them, you're going to find stuff that deals with Christianity and the Bible and all this other stuff. delve deeper, okay? And you will find other information about them that is not just having to do with that. All right. All right. So there is Ariel, Azrael, Chamuel, Gabriel, or I pronounce it Gabriel, Haniel, Jeremiel, Jophiel, Metatron, Michael, or Michael, Raguel, Raphael, Raziel, Sandalphon, Uriel, and Zadkiel. Okay, so these are, 15 archangels. See if any of those names resonate with you. Go read up on them. Okay, see what they deal with. Okay, like we all know that the archangel Michael or Michael is all about protection. Okay, and I promise you, he is one heck of an angelic warrior. And so you need protection. He's a great one to call on. Okay, so go learn about them. Only 2 out of all of those have been known to take on human form. All right, and that is Metatron and Sandalphon. All right, so they actually understand what it's like to be a human. Okay, so they're, they can be a little more understanding sometimes of things that we're doing or going through and all that. So, all right, so next we have Ascended Masters. Now, Ascended Masters are those that made it all the way up that tree. Okay, way up there. Yep, I'm off the screen. Way up there. Okay, and chose to come back to teach. All right, because this is what we do. All right, and I haven't got to get the one out yet for the Tree of Life, aka Ladder of Lights, that my husband is supposed to teach. As soon as I get my view hours there, he will teach that one. Okay, so come on, let's work on that, because I'm not going to do it. I just refuse. I did the Gods and Goddesses one that he's supposed to teach. I will not do the other one. It has to be him. So come on, let's get. We have to get the view hours to 3,000, and then I can get him on here to teach about the Ladder of Lights and Tree of Life, and then that explains what I'm talking about reaching that top point. Okay, because that's our goal. We have to make all of our little decisions along the way, but that's our goal. So, but your Ascended Masters are the ones that actually reached that level of enlightenment, and then they come here to teach, okay, and help. They can transform themselves. They have, they just simply have evolved to the point their spirit has that they come back here in a body to teach us and to try to guide us and enlighten us and give us all this information, okay, that a lot of us just don't seem to want to hear. All right, but they are like, and I will probably butcher some of these names, so I'm going to look at them and try my best, because that's the only way I can pronounce some of them, is if I look at them, because otherwise it just doesn't compute in here for me. All right, matter of fact, let me get some glasses on, because I'm getting to where I can't see this. All right. All right, so not Gamara, Buddha. Most all of us have heard of Buddha. All right. I'm going to the previously known as name, which is Enoch. Okay. The other one I had Jesus, Mary, Confucius, Lord Lanto, which was the mentor of Confucius, Saint Germain, and Kut Humi. Okay. Some also pronounce it just all as one word, which is Kuthumi. Okay. So these are some of the Ascended Masters that have been here to give us information and to try to guide us and show us how to reach enlightenment. Okay? Now, yes, Jesus and Mary were mentioned there. It doesn't mean the way that the churches teach it or the King James version of the Bible teaches it or anything else. Okay? You can be guided by Jesus without dealing with all of that. Okay? Because if you go back and watch the video on the God DNA, you will see that God's from way, 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 way back. You know, through the DNA lineage, you know, birth, 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 birth. Guess what? Comes down to Jesus. He's just the youngest. Okay? So, all right. Now, then we have what's called elevated ancestors. Okay? These are people who have come before us. All right? And they're our ancestors. Okay? They can be ancestors we don't even know we had. Okay? Unless you do genealogy and get their names. But, you know, they're ancestors that you don't know. You never met them. Okay? They vibrate on a higher vibration. Okay? And they are your positive ancestors. Okay? You may have some that weren't so nice. We're not calling on those, okay? No. We don't want those. You could be over there. We want to only, when we call on our ancestors for help and communication, we want to only call the ones that are of the light. Okay, this is so important because yes, you could have ancestors that weren't nice. Okay, we don't want advice from them because they're going to lead you down the bad road. Okay, we don't want to do that. So specify that you are calling on your ancestors of the light. Okay, really, really important. Okay, they will bring more power into your life and guide you in the proper ways of how to do things. Okay, their body of wisdom. Okay, from the generations, because I mean, it's kind of like in the thing about the gods and goddesses, where if you could have all the knowledge of your like 20-time great grandmother or grandfather, and you could have all of that knowledge right then. This is the knowledge that these ancestors carry, okay, because they're from that far back. All right, so let's, you know, make sure we call only the ones of the light. Okay. Now, some other guides and guardians that we have are animals, okay, our spirit animals. Some people work on their animal totem, okay, which is really cool. There's special cards that you can use if you don't have it. Somebody that's a Native American friend that knows how to do this for you, okay, that, you know, can see or whatever. They're animal medicine cards, and they're really great if you do it the way you're supposed to get your totem, okay. You know, it's not necessarily it's not the same as your familiar, okay, though they're there with you when they've passed on until they come back in another body. But, you know, your spirit animals have more to do with things that you align yourself with, like spirit of wolf, okay. If you feel a kinship to the wolf, then there are attributes there, good and bad, that you need to pay attention to. Okay. And there's all sorts of them. I mean, there's things like the dragonfly. Okay. So everything's not grandioso. Some are small, but powerful. Okay. So, those things come to us at a time in our life that we need that energy, that animal medicine. Okay. So pay attention to these things. You know, when you find yourself overly drawn to a certain thing, or you see dragonflies around you a lot, or bats, or so many different things, there's all of a sudden this abundance of it, okay? If you haven't already, go research it and find out what the message is that they're trying to give you, okay? This is part of how they give it to you. Or just all of a sudden out of the blue, all you can think about is wolves. Everything is wolves. Okay, go research the animal spirit of wolf to find out, what the meanings are there. What is it trying to teach you? Pay attention to the positive and negative aspects. Okay, it's really important because the negative aspects could be something that you're doing that you need to work on changing. All right. We also have guides that are plants. Okay, and how can a plant guide me? Well, there's plant medicine. Where did all of our medicines originate from? Okay, before they started using laboratories and things, they came from plants. All right. How many times have I told you when you're upset or angry or whatever to go hug a tree? Okay, that is plant medicine. That tree is helping to ground you. All right, the spirit within that tree will help you. Okay, so this is plant spirit guides. Okay, just don't ever underestimate what things can be out there to help you or guide you. Okay. We also have what's called archetypal or deity energies. Okay. So this is your gods and goddesses that you're going to call to help you. Okay. Now they can be evoked, or if you work with them, they can be invoked. All right. Don't just go around invoking any god or goddess that you don't work with. Okay. You can evoke them to call them here for their guidance and their energy and their help. Okay. Not in here unless you know who they are and you work with them. Okay. And if you're invoking or even evoking a deity, it's best done in a sacred space. Okay. You want a circle or something, some area that is kind of properly prepared for them. Now, not saying that you can't call them some other time. I do this on a regular basis when I'm trying to give some special healing to someone in my store that needs some help or somewhere that I'm at. I will call on my goddess to lend me the healing energy and stuff that I need to help this person. Okay. That's different than you're calling them in for other reasons. Okay. Just make sure, that you're just not calling them willy-nilly. Okay. Yeah. Just know who you're calling. There's some that you don't really want to do unless you are following that path and working with them. Okay. Okay. Next we have star beings. Now, yes, I know a lot of you go, oh, they don't really exist. Excuse me. Yes, they do. Okay. I'm not talking about aliens. Okay. The little one-eyed or big head or whatever. About star beings. Okay. They come from other galaxies, other dimensions, other places. Okay. But they do come to help us. Okay. Humanity. And the planet to be able to survive. Okay. They help us to evolve. Kind of work our way up that tree. Okay. They do come here to help us. They are there's different races of star seeds that come and help and give you some, names of different types of star seeds, kind of like the archangels. If something there, a name kind of sparks your interest, and yes, I will spell them, for you up here so that you have it. But do some research. See if something resonates with you. And if it does, research it some more. Okay. So, all right. We have the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Lemurians, and the Atlanteans. Okay. So, you call on them when you need some assistance in shifting things here. Okay. You need a shift in your life. You need a shift in whatever's going on around you, okay? This is when you would call on them. Some of you may even feel as though you come from, the star seeds, okay? My husband jokes that I come from them because of having a negative blood type. That supposedly all of us that have negative blood types are, we come from the star seeds. So who knows? I don't know. I took it as a joke. So, but anyway, it's fun. But, go do some research. All right. Research is important, people. It's so important. Do it. Okay. So now we're going to work on some ways of contacting your spirit guides. Okay. These are some steps to take for you to contact them, because that's what I hear the most. Well, I want to know who they are and I want to contact them. Okay. Well, here you go. We're fixing to work on that. Okay. First, like everything else that we do, okay, it's like I talked to you about in the recent video on psychic abilities, whether we're doing other videos on, prosperity spells, or I don't care what it is you're doing, you have to set a conscious intent, okay? That means I am going to state my intent, okay, of what it is that I'm wanting. Like I tell people, you can't, just get in your car, crank it, and not put it in gear and hit the gas, because it ain't going anywhere, okay? Just sitting there. You have to do intention. That's your intent, okay? So you're going to focus that intent. You're going to state it, all right? So my intention is to contact my spirit guides so I can hear them better, so I can receive messages better, so I can see them, whatever it is, okay? But this is your intention, and you need to state it. When you say it, remember, words come out, they go out into the universe, and it boomerangs and comes back, and what you're asking for is called manifestation, okay? And yeah, I know there's some people don't like that word. I'm sorry, but I don't have another word for it, because we want to manifest this, okay? This is what we want to happen, all right, is by stating our intent. All right, next step. You have to learn how to sustain your focus. It's like in meditation. We got to get rid of that monkey mind that I talked to you about so much, all right? So, if you can't stay focused over 2 or 3 seconds, you're going to have a hard time connecting with your guides, meditating, doing anything else. Okay? Hi, JR. Anyway, so you have to practice sustaining that focus. Okay? Y'all, I know y'all can sit there and play some video games, some of y'all, for hours on end. Just focus. If you can focus on stuff like that, you can learn to focus on your intent. Okay? I know you can. Yeah. Because you do all these other things you want to do. Sit and read a book. Whatever it is. You have your focus there. So now we need to learn how to focus our intent for longer periods of time so that we can meditate. We can contact our guides. We can do all these things. Okay? So practice, making it a little longer, a little longer, a little longer. It's kind of, if you're doing exercise, you're going to the gym, you're whatever. You ain't going to start off doing 20 reps with this particular weight. You're going to start off with a lower weight, and you're going to do 5. Okay? And you're going to keep doing 5 until you can, build up to the next, thing. Okay? So same thing with this. Just practice. It's kind of like learning to hold your breath underwater or something. You just have to keep practicing. Get that little bit longer, a little bit longer, a little bit longer. Okay? So let's, work on that one. Of course, part of sustaining your focus has to do with quieting your mind. You got to shut down the monkey mind. You got to shut it down. can't be thinking about work tomorrow or who pissed you off at work today, okay, or what you got to buy at the grocery store or what you got to cook for dinner. None of these things. You can't think about those, all right? Turn those little gears off, okay, that had to do with all this other stuff. Focus, okay? I'm going to look at this and I'm going to focus, okay? Focus, work on meditation, focus on your breathing, just being quiet, okay? The world is so noisy. Find you a place and just be quiet without going, wait, where's my phone? I need to look. Okay, none of that. Just enjoy the silence. Because in that silence, you'll be amazed at what you might actually hear, okay? So, we're going to do this, all right? All right, so the next step is we are going to project our consciousness, all right? So, it's kind of like astral projection, astral travel, whatever, okay? So what we want to do is we want to, tell our guides, I'm going to meet you out here, okay? Because you can't always expect them to come right here, all right? I mean, they will, but after a point, they want you to meet them halfway, okay? I mean, they have other things to do too, all right? So, I'm going to project myself out to this cloud, this planet, this galaxy, this whatever, okay? Wherever it is that you want, that you feel like you can focus, okay? They can go anywhere. It don't matter, okay? So, you're going to, project out your consciousness, and this is, your focus place to meet them, okay? So that you're meeting them halfway. Is it technically halfway? We don't know. But we're going to, give us a space out there that, at least in our perception, is halfway, okay? So to do this, okay, you need to create a sacred space, all right? So when you create your sacred space, that's when, these are all the things you got to do, and you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do, and then you get there, okay? So we've practiced, we can sustain our focus, we can do all these things, and now we're going to create a sacred space, however you do that, okay? Whether it's casting a circle, putting a ring of salt, cleansing in some manner, burning incense and a candle, whatever your thing is for creating a sacred space, this is what you're going to do, okay? Candles, incense, some type of music, whether it's drums or guitar, whatever it is for you that puts you in, that helps you to focus and helps you go to this space, okay? Maybe it's no music at all, whatever it is for you, okay? And then you get yourself there, you have your mind quieted, you're ready to focus, and you're going to breathe so that you relax your body down, okay? Whether it requires going into meditation or whether you're able to close your eyes and picture that cloud, that planet, that whatever space that you have agreed to meet them at, okay? You project yourself there, and then you state your intent, okay? All right? That you are calling on whoever it is, okay? If it's one of the archangels, if it's one of the star seeds, if it's whoever, okay? It doesn't matter, if it's your mother, if it's your whoever it is, okay? Whichever guide that you're trying to reach, you state, my intention is to meet with blank, whoever, at this space, at this time, okay? You can state that it's with love, with compassion, with honor, with humility, whatever words feel right to you, okay? But you're wanting to meet with them for this purpose, okay? For guidance, for whatever, okay? But have it already figured out what you're going to say before you get there, because otherwise you're going to be stumbling all over the words, and then it's going to mess you up, okay? So have everything laid out. Just like, it's a ritual, okay? You're doing a ritual, more or less. So have everything set out. You know what you're going to say. You know who you're calling. Done, okay? It's not hard. You just simply have to pay attention, okay? And you got to take it serious. You can't just haphazardly do this stuff, all right? They don't haphazardly help you, so, be there. All right, so now, key points. I told you we would go over key points at the end of kind of a lot of what we've covered. All right. Make an appointment with them, that's what we're talking about meeting out there or wherever you're going to do it. Let them know. I need some time. I need to talk, okay? Pay attention to everything. Now, this isn't necessarily in order. These are just things, all right? Pay attention to all the signs. Unplug. That means turn that blasted phone off, okay? So it's not ringing while you're trying to listen to your spirit guides. Unplug from everything. All right. Meditate. Okay. Be very clear of what it is that you're needing. What do you need them to do for you? What are you asking for? Be clear and specific. Remember, we can never be too specific on things. Okay. Be grateful. Always say thank you, okay? Always say thank you. Because some of them don't have to come. They're not your specific guide, so therefore, that if you're on an ego trip and you're not grateful and you don't say thank you and you're not a good person, they probably won't come. So you need to do these things, okay? Sometimes really loud messages, now unless it's your family. Now, your family may get loud when you're not listening, but a lot of those are your own ego. Oh, well, my guide wants me to do this. Okay? Yeah. Most of them give you gentle pushes. Okay? Little guidance here. Look over that way just a little bit, okay? Now, like I said, some of your guides, like your parents or, grandparents or some of those people, they're giving you that kick in the butt going, what did I tell you? Okay. You didn't listen to me when I was alive, but you better listen to me now. Okay. So there you go. Look for signs. Okay. Words, names, things that are just popping up in random places that weren't there yesterday. Okay. Remember that they're always with, some of them are always with us, okay? Your gut is a big sign for you, okay? Is that gut instinct, that thing that goes, I don't think I need to do that. Or, my gut's telling me to do such and such, okay? Remember, I've told y'all before, your head, your heart can lie to you, your gut never does. Pay attention, okay? And when you're seeing these names, these words, these whatever, it's not a coincidence, okay? I don't believe in those anyway. It means something. Pay attention. Figure out what it means. Is the name that you're seeing, is it the name of an archangel, a star seed, a loved one that's deceased? What is it? Okay, what is it about it that they're trying to tell you? Maybe it's your doctor's name and it's trying to tell you to go see your doctor, okay? Pay attention. That's the most important thing I can tell you is pay attention. All right? That's what I got for you today, okay? So, those of you that want to know more about spirit guides, go through these steps and you'll learn more about your spirit guides, okay? It will help. If you need more help, guess what? You know how to reach me. Pop me a comment down there. If you haven't already, please like the video. Please share it, because there's other people out there want this information besides you, okay? And they may not see my videos if you don't share them. I try to give y'all up front, good information. There's a lot of garbage out there in different places, so I do my best to help you, okay? If you haven't subscribed, please do, and click that little bell. That way you'll get notified when I put up new videos, okay? Other than that, I love y'all. I thank y'all for being here. I thank you for watching my video all the way. It really does help, and for clicking all those little buttons down there for me, okay? So I wish you best of luck, best wishes in contacting your spirit guides, learning to listen to them and take their advice, okay? Your spirit guides will never guide you in the wrong direction, okay? No matter how crazy something might seem at the time, it's the right choice, okay? As long as you're listening to your true spirit guides and not your friends over here or something, okay? So anyway, till the next time, everyone have a wonderful and blessed day. Enjoy your guides, enjoy your life, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, by the way, next time is going to be Salem. So I'll see you there. Blessed be.